One of the best, easiest, and cheapest ways to get full transmog sets is by farming Marks of Honor. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how to farm Marks of Honor, and then I'm going to take you along to all the different places where you can spend it to get full transmog sets. Now there are over 30 PvP vendors in the game, which you can go to and buy the previous season's PvP armor sets. And that means that you're going to have a lot of sets if you stack up enough Marks of Honor. So let's get started. Marks of Honor. You're going to earn them by winning PvP matches. They're going to come out of those little chests that you get at the end of a game, and doing the PvP quests. Now these are not to be confused with Honor or Conquest, which you use to buy this season's PvP gear. Marks of Honor are not a currency, they are actually an item that's going to show up in your bag, and you're going to use these Marks of Honor to buy the previous season's PvP gear. So we have a ton of vendors to go and visit, and we're going to get right into it because that's basically as simple as it is, right? You do PvP, you win, you do PvP quests, and you get Marks of Honor. So we're going to go all the way back and go in order, starting with the Burning Crusade Honor vendor location. This vendor is going to be located right here on the map in Netherstorm in Area 52, coordinates 33 and 64.2. You simply fly over there, and here they are right here, and you're going to have 8 different people that you can talk to buy PvP sets. Next, Wrath of the Lich King. The Mark of Honor vendors for this expansion are in Old Dalaran, not where Dalaran is now. So you gotta head over to Northrend, you're gonna head into the Crystal Song Forest, go to the Old Dalaran that looks like it's been abandoned, and you're gonna just go underground here, follow your way all the way down, bang a right, and you're gonna have 6 vendors here that you can talk to buy stuff with Marks of Honor. Now it's important to keep in mind that not every single vendor that I'm gonna tell you has a full set to buy, but I would say 90% of them probably do. And now we're gonna move on to Cataclysm, where there's actually a few locations. So both factions can go to Tanaris and head over to Gadget Zan at the coordinates 51.6 and 28. There's gonna be 4 vendors there that both factions can use to buy PvP transmogs. Now there's also going to be vendors in our own capital cities. So if you're not a loser and you're a Horde player, you're going to go right here in Orgrimmar to the Hall of Legends at 37.8 and 71.6. We're going to have 3 vendors that you can talk to buy gear from. Alternatively, and regrettably if you're Alliance, you can head into the Champions Hall in Stormwind at coordinates 74.6 and 62.8. And you're going to have 4 vendors that you can talk to there. And since I am a hero, I did sneak my ass into Stormwind, and obviously once I got detected, killed as many of those Alliance scum as I possibly could. Now in Mists of Pandaria, there are also faction-specific Mark of Honor vendors that you can go to. For the winners, aka the Horde, it's going to be in Kunlai Summit, right here at coordinates 35.4 and 83.4 on the Great Wall of Pandaria. Now if for some reason you chose the wrong faction and you ended up on Alliance, you can follow this straight down into the Valley of the Four Winds on the Serpent Spine as well at coordinates 12.0 and 34.0. Now Alliance is going to have 5 people they can talk to buy armor. Horde is going to have 6. Now for the Warlords of Draenor expansion, you're simply going to portal right over to Ashran, and the Horde vendors are going to be right up here at coordinates 49.2 and 56.8. There's 6 of them there, basically right as soon as you get out of the portal. And for the Pretty Boys, it's going to be down here south right next to the river at 54.2 and 20.6. And now for Legion, we're going to head back to Dalaran, except for we're not actually heading back because we're going to where Dalaran actually is now. Which is really weird because I thought they were supposed to move Dalaran from Northrend to the Broken Shore, but whatever. So we go to the real Dalaran, the one in Broken Shore on the Broken Isles. The Chads are going to find their Horde vendors right up here at the top of the map at 56.8 and 27.8. And the Karens are going to find their Alliance vendor on the complete opposite side of the map at 29.6 and 75.0. All right, now we're moving into BFA. As you can imagine, the Horde's going to have their vendor in Zuldazar at coordinates 51.6 and 58.2. And here they are right here next to this table. And then for the Circle Jerkers, it's going to be over in Boralis at 56.4 and 25.8. Now when the Horde and the Alliance regrettably teamed up in Shadowlands, we were forced to buy our gear from the same guy in Oribos at coordinates 34.8 and 57.6. Super easy to find. As soon as you come out of the portal, you basically just bang a right before you get into the main room, and they're going to be sitting right here. And now for Dragonflight, we're all going to continue to hold hands together, both Horde and Alliance, and head over to Valdrakken. As soon as you enter the city, you're just going to head towards the Obsidian Cave, and on your way, you're going to come across the Gladiator's Refuse, where you're going to be able to get nearly the latest PvP set. And careful on this Dragonflight one, because you're actually able to buy the armor sets for each type of armor: cloth, leather, plate, mail. So don't accidentally buy the wrong one like I did and burn all your marks of honor, but whatever. Subscribe.